Hello and welcome back to my Apparat and YouTube channel on LELB Society Learn English to Live Better. This session I'm going to teach you the last unit of this great course book in the field of advanced reading, that is For and Against. On LELB Society, that is at lelb.net, you can have access to the text of all of those units, the units of this book, together with embedded podcasts and also flashcards. Okay, so let me show you the flashcards that exist here. This is humor, it's fun, laughter, and again humor, and whenever the word is used, the flashcard is assigned to that. This is called tooltip technology. Well, as a matter of fact, this is the only word that has flashcard assigned to it. Anyway, so let me teach you this. Okay. Unit 30. The most important of all human qualities is a sense of humor. Okay. For quality, you can say attribute. Okay. Biologically, there is only one quality which distinguishes us from animals. Differentiates us from animals. One quality or attribute and characteristic, and that is the ability to laugh. You cannot see animals laughing. In a universe which appears to be utterly or completely devoid of means empty of, or let's say deprived of humor, we enjoy this supreme luxury. Supreme means great. Luxury refers to something that is additional, not necessary. It is redundant, and it is a luxury. For unlike any other bodily process or physical process, laughter does not seem to serve a biologically useful purpose. The writer believes that laughter is not a very important element of our biological blueprint, and we can live without laughter. It is what the writer believes. In a divided world, laughter is a unifying force. In a world with so much diversities and separation, we share the same characteristic, and that is unifying, that is laughter as a unifying force. Human beings oppose each other on a great many issues. This is a literary form, on a great many. It means a lot of, a vast array of, a large number of. So many different points, issues, but we all share the ability to laugh. It means all of us, irrespective of differences and distinctions, we laugh in the same way. And laughter in turn, it means in order, depends on that most complex and subtle of all human qualities, that is a sense of humor. So in order to enjoy laughter, first of all, we should have access to sense of humor. We should practice sense of humor and also enjoy it when other people practice it to us. Certain comic stereotypes have a universal appeal. Comic means it refers to comedy. The opposite is tragic. Stereotype is something that is repeated again and again. It is cliched. Have a universal appeal or lure, L-U-R-E, means it has a lot of enthusiasm, and it is enthusiastic to us. It attracts our attention. This can best be seen from the worldwide popularity of Charlie Chaplin's early films. Yeah, Charlie Chaplin is was a great artist, filmmaker, director, and actor in the field of satire and comedy. I don't need to introduce him to you. The little man at odds with society. At odds with. It is a unique feature of LELB society that I have just made some collocations and important expressions in English appear in the form of hyperlinks away from you just at a click. So if you just click on that, on these, let's say, hyperlinks, you will be directed to some other posts on which you can find the same, let's say, expressions with different contexts, in different contexts. So if you're at odds with society, it means that you are not in harmony with that. You are against it. Never fails to amuse, no matter which country we come from. It doesn't matter what nationality are you. When you watch the products of Charlie Chaplin, you will be laughing. Okay. As that great commentator on human affairs, human relationships, tasks, and attempts, Dr. Samuel Johnson once said, men have been wise in many different modes. It focuses on humans' dissimilarities, but they have always laughed in the same way. It means at least we share one thing with each other, and that is the way we laugh. A sense of humor may take various forms, and laughter may be anything from a refined tinkle to an earthquaking roar. So it is not completely the same among different people, because some people laugh so loud, earthquaking roar, and some people laugh so gently, refined tinkle. Tinkle is a nice, lovely sound. It's not shrill, S-H-R-I-L-L. It's not shrill. It's not annoying. Sense of humor may take various forms, and laughter may be anything from a refined, means polished, tinkle to an earthquake. Okay, it has a spectrum. But the effect is always the same. That is, actually, it has almost the same effect. It's clear, self-clear. Humor helps us to maintain a correct sense of values. Maintain means keep, sustain. A correct sense of values or set of values. It means with the help of humor we can just set some important points in our lives that are valuable to us. If we can see the funny side, we never make the mistake of taking ourselves too seriously. It helps us not to take life too seriously, because if we take life too seriously, which is too actually is a negative mark here, we cannot live happily. We are always reminded that tragedy is not really far removed from comedy. Tragedy and comedy are two extremes, and they are not completely detached from each other. So we never get a lopsided view of things. A lopsided view, it means it is disproportionate. It is not in harmony. Okay. This is one of the chief functions of satire and irony. Satire, comedy, and irony are not the same. Satire is more bitter. You know, it has a didactic lesson or informative lesson. It is intended to give you a lesson at the same time of making you laugh. Irony is somehow sarcastic. It means that you say something but you mean the opposite. For example, a teacher enters a classroom and says, what hard-working students. But he or she does not mean that. In fact, the teacher means that the students are really lazy and lax. This is irony. So the teacher's remark has been ironic. Satirical actually is the adjective form of satire, and sarcastic actually is another word that is not here. Human pain and suffering are so grim. Grim means sad, worrying, dismal. We hover so often on the brink of war. We float over them. On the brink of something, it means on the threshold of that. It means we are likely to experience that. Okay, on the brink of war. And usually something that we are about to experience is negative. We hover so often on the brink of war. Life realities are usually enough to plunge us into total despair, total hopelessness, frustration, and the reality of life is really bitter and acute. And it makes us really somehow desperate, the adjective form of despair. In such circumstances, cartoons and satirical accounts of somber events redress the balance. It says that, okay, life is so replete with or full of miseries and problems. So here, cartoons and satirical accounts can help us to soothe actually our pains. Somber events. Somber means grim, as we had it here. Okay. So dismal. Let me write it. Dismal. Gloomy. Redress the balance means correct it, fix it, restore it, the balance. Usually we improve it, you know. They take the wind out of pompous and arrogant people. Pay attention to this. Take the wind out of. If something takes or somebody takes the wind out of somebody or something else, it means that it just tries to discourage and let's say demotivate, frustrate. Pompous and arrogant people. Arrogant, selfish, pompous, those who speak so well of themselves. Self-conceited. Let me write it. Conceited people. Self-centered. Pompous. Usually they talk so boldly about their, let's say, accomplishments. They rave about, also you can say rave about themselves. They are boastful. Accomplishments. They're boastful about their accomplishments. Complacent is a good word again. Complacent about. Okay. Who have lost their sense of proportion. It means proportion, sense of proportion. It means their life is not based on equilibrium or a balance. They enable us to see that many of our most profound actions are merely comic or absurd. Most of our profound or deep actions are absurd or ridiculous. Comic and ridiculous. We laugh when a great satirist like Jonathan Swift, satirist, a person who just creates satire. Jonathan Swift writes about war in Gulliver's Travels. I hope you have watched the animated movie or series of Gulliver's Travels. The Lilliputians and their neighbors attack each other because they can't agree which end to break an egg. You know, an egg has two ends. One end is more sharp pointed and the other one actually is not that sharp pointed. So they attack each other because they could not agree with each other, let's say, on the concept of the two ends of an egg actually from which they are supposed to break the egg. This is a very ridiculous subject or unimportant subject. We laugh because we are meant to laugh. We are scheduled. We're supposed to, but we are meant to weep too. Weep means to cry loud and loudly, to sob, S-O-B. It is no wonder that any satire is wholly banned. Usually satirical accounts are prohibited. It is too powerful a weapon to be allowed to flourish. It is so influential and powerful as a weapon actually to flourish and to thrive, Thrive, to promote. The sense of humor must be singled out as man's most important quality because it is associated with laughter. Must be differentiated, must be considered, singled out, or regarded as man's most important quality because it is associated or connected with laughter. And laughter in turn is associated with happiness. So in order to be happy, first you need to have sense of humor in order to just laugh. Courage, determination, initiative. These are qualities we share with other forms of life. Courage, determination, resolution. It means decisiveness. Initiative, resourcefulness, creativity, initiative. These are qualities that we share with other forms of life. It means some animals, more or less, do have these qualities. But the sense of humor is uniquely human. It means it is just unique to humans. If happiness is one of the great goals of life, then it is the sense of humor that provides the key. The key to what? The key to achieving happiness. So if you want to be happy in life, according to this text, first you should develop a sense of humor. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this last unit of the great coursebook 11, For and Against. And after that, I will resume just providing the lessons or creating English lessons on the basis of 1100 words you need to know. So in order to enjoy these free English lessons, just subscribe to my YouTube channel and Opera channel. Follow me on Opera. Those who are in Iran, and just keep calm and try to improve your vocabulary. And it's not just vocabulary, because I try to teach you some grammar points whenever we just face those grammar points. And thank you very much for your attention. See you soon. Bye bye.